It's January 1st, 2022! Happy New Year, fabulous friends, and welcome to another video. Welcome to you from all over the world. And for this, I have even changed my background today to reflect the fact that you guys are from all over the place, from all continents. And as you can see there are pins, black pins, of all the places that Josie and I have been to in the past 34 years that we've been together. So hopefully we will continue to scour the globe and discover new places and new friends. And right here on the channel, we have the pleasure of welcoming you. And I wanted to be one of the first content creators to wish you a very happy, merry, prosperous, and healthy, especially, New Year for you, for your friends, for your family, and all your loved ones, basically, right? So happy to see you again here, and thank you again for being a faithful follower, subscriber of my channel. I greatly appreciate it. Without you, there is no channel, right? All right, so there we go. We're off to a new year again, and what do we have for you today? Basically, we will have a look, as you saw on the thumbnail, we'll start by having a look at the Armory Kit of the month of January, right? So don't forget, at the end of January, by the way, there is the Welcome to Wraith farewell event in many Legends and many local game stores. So if you have not registered for one yet, just hook up with one of them that is carrying the event and make sure you go. It's the last weekend of January, I believe, here in North America. Anyway, and I think there may be a couple of regions of the world where it's 1 week before, but anyhow, basically the last weekend of Farewell to Wraith event. All right, but before that, you should have in your LGSs the Armory events going on once a week. So most LGSs have set a day of the week for that, and they normally carry 4 events per month. And why is that so? Is because you can actually win some very fabulous prizes as you do that, as you participate. Now, I wanted, again, today present to you with what's really fun here is that the cold foil that comes with in the Armory Kit, they received 4 such cards for the 4 winners each week, right, of the month. Divulges to us actually one of the new heroes, a guardian hero that will appear in EVERFEST, Valda Bright Axe. And here she is, right? Let's see here if I can hold this properly. Valda Bright Axe, as you can see, beautiful guardian hero, and this is a cold foil that you could win yourself by participating in one of the Armory events in a game store near you. All right, so that is the first prize that comes with the by winning the Armory event of the week. They also received the LGSs, some cards, some promo cards that are basically showing us another card that will be available in the new set EVERFEST, and that is Life of the Party. Let me show you that right away. This is actually an extended art card. So 1 pitch, Life of the Party. As you can see, this is an extended art rainbow foil card that you could also win by participating in one of the Armory events. As you can see, it also comes in pitch 2 and pitch 3. Here's the pitch 2. And so that's it for the cards that you can win. Now, if you are a contributor to the Flesh and Blood community, you may also be a lucky one to be selected by your LGS to receive a special prize. And those are one of the 2 playmats that are actually given to the local game stores that get involved in Armory season every month. And this month, the playmat is really colorful and beautiful. Look at this. Bravo! Some of the first art we're getting from EVERFEST. I don't know if you're seeing the whole playmat here, but look how cool that is. And you may be the recipient of one of the 2 playmats that each LGS store has available for the Armory kits. So good luck to you in all of that. And that's basically it for that presentation. Before we end, I actually wanted maybe to get into the, give you my take here. We're starting a new year on the Fab market. What's going on, and I don't know if you'll recall, but at one point I made a video, well, I made a couple videos that spoke about the state of the market in 2021, and at one point I told you that I believe that the unlimited versions of Welcome to Wraith and Arcane Rising, you know, I'm remembering here, would actually double in price before the end of the year. Now that didn't happen, obviously not. I think it will happen though. Just give it a little bit more time, because first of all, the Legend Store Studios took them out of print a little later than expected, but now that everything is out of print in terms of the first 3 sets, so Welcome to Wraith, Arcane Rising, Crucible of War, that will happen. And when will it happen? It will simply happen when the supply, right, is doesn't outpace the demand. And that's what I wanted to get to, because everything in life, I mean, the marketplace, whether it's shares, whether it's collectibles, no matter what we are talking about, everything always follows the law of supply and demand. And what I mean by this is, Legend Store Studios, by putting out of print some sets, helped to stabilize the market. But I guess it wasn't enough just yet, because the reason that you have a downturn in prices is there's nothing magical about it, is because supply is outpacing demand. There's just not enough demand yet. I mean, the player base is not big enough for the amount of cards that were printed at a certain point. I think starting with Monarch especially. So let me just say that at one point, I even told you that my collection, singles and sealed products, was up to about 250 grand, right? And then I made a video when it was down maybe by 10%, and telling you that I wasn't worried because everything is cyclical, whether it's the stock market, whether it's, like I said, collectibles, no matter what, everything is cyclical in life. And you just need to be patient, and you don't need to panic for anything, especially if this is not something you're doing for a living. If it's like an investment, or if it's to me, I'm a collector, so I hardly ever sell anything. I think, it's very, very rarely happened. As I told you before, I just like knowing that I have things that have value, that will not lose value, will just gain value. And it's like not putting all your eggs in the same basket, right? Once you've had, you're secure with certain funds that you've invested in stock market, and your RRSPs or 401ks for the US, and you've bought some, let's say you're interested in gold and silver as a diversification, and TCGs or collectibles or paintings, that's just something else that you can diversify in, putting your eggs in another basket, right? So, and if you're doing that, there's never any reason to panic when there's a downturn, because, as I said, everything is cyclical. Anyway, all that being said, now I would say last time I checked, it was at about 175, so down 30% now, the collectible. And why am I, my collection of Flesh and Blood? And why am I mentioning this? Because now I want to give you some news. I'm being very positive about this. I actually believe that now is about when we are hitting the bottom, right about now. All right. I don't think there's any much space for any more of the downturn, and that we'll be hitting the upturn fairly soon, if not right now. Okay, because one of those reasons, like I kind of touched upon, is what I think went on with the supply and demand. I mean, at the beginning, just think of it. I mean, if there's enough supply out there that everybody who wants to buy the product can buy 2 cases, 3 cases, 10 cases, there are dolphins and whales out there, people buying a lot of product, and you can buy as much as you can, right? And everybody then ends up having what they need. But then when it comes time to, because you do have those flippers out there that I call, they're not dolphins. A dolphin was called flipper, but anyway, it has nothing to do with that. But I mean, people then try to resell, but people are not buying or don't want to buy, because everybody that wanted to get the product in the first place was able to get it, relatively easily, because there was too much product out there for the demand. Simple enough, right? Simple law. And now, so you have all these people selling with not enough buyers. So what happens? Well, there's a downward pressure on the prices, because things are not being bought up. So the sellers bring down their prices, and that's it's cyclical. The more they bring down prices, still, if you don't still have enough buyers, well, prices keep going down. And when does that stop? When your buyers and your sellers equilibrate, when you get that equilibrium. And with new players coming to the fab market continually, and now with 3 sets that are out of print, and people who are going to want to buy these sets if they are collectors and they want to have every card since the beginning, just like myself. I mean, there's not just me in the world, right? There's other people that have the same taste. So a little bit of a player, especially a collector, and a little bit an investor, right? That's what I'm describing myself as. So as new players come into the market now, it will equilibrate. Anyway. I'm French, sorry guys. I mean, I'm trying to translate here, and sometimes I'm thinking in French and translating real fast and telling you in English. But anyway, yeah, things will return to an equilibrium, I should say, and you will get at one point product lower than the amount of demand that there is. So more demand, less product. No, it's automatic. I mean, prices keep going up or down, in terms of that supply and demand, it's the universal law of economics, right? So at that point, as soon as we have less product available than there is demand, and that will happen with all the players coming in, believe you me, then there will be an increase. The trend will be for prices to go back up, and this may not stop. It may continue for a long time. And I do think that part of the reason, well, that Legend Store Studios put their products out of print, they were thinking we need to stabilize the market. Obviously, two of the products have been out for 2 years, so it was logical to take Welcome to Wraith out of print and Arcane Rising. But for those of you who think that Crucible of War, even Unlimited, became out of print a little early, well, you know, that could be very well a reason. They needed to stabilize the market. They had seen what was going on. I've talked about this before with Monarch, when the first edition came out at crazy prices and then flooding the market, and then the Unlimited, you saw what happened. I mean, it was, you know, there was a downturn in prices that were crazy, and now you're looking at first editions of Tales of Aria that are going for like $90 first edition. I mean, what's going on out there? You would never have seen that if we had not gotten into that trend. And I think that, I said it before, Legend Store Studios, the people over there, they're very smart. They know what's happening. They've seen it. I mean, they couldn't, I mean, I'm not saying that they forecasted what would happen, obviously not, or else they wouldn't have done it this way, because I do think, I mean, this is one of the things that maybe they have not done right. You know, I give them report cards of 92%. I think Legend Store Studios is doing a fabulous job, pardon the pun, but one of the things perhaps was printing too much product, where at a time where there was still not enough, the player base was not large enough, and now you've had, and it takes a while for the downturn to stabilize, because there was enough product at that time, not just for the players, but there was enough product for even those that wanted to hoard the product, right? So you had all the dolphins and whales buying as much as they would want. You had the stores buying some and then keep them on their shelves until the prices would go up. Some are doing that. And then you had all the players buying for their collections, buying up. So all three classes of people, whether they're players, collectors, or investors, all three types of people were able to get as much product as they wanted. Now, it takes a long time for that to trickle back through the economy of the TCGs, for that to come back down, you know. All the people that were just in there to flip the product, it took time before they had, and basically, by the way, they're all out of the game right now. So what they had to resell, most of it has been resold. So now you have collectors are keeping their product. So that tends to stabilize. You've got players, more players coming in. So the product now is limited, those that are out of print. I mean, I don't care that it's called Unlimited, Arcane Rising or Welcome to Wraith. It is, at one point, it becomes limited when they decide that it's out of print, right? So now you will, by the force of things, you are going in the other direction. And that's why all the pointers are pointing to the fact, that we are probably, if we haven't reached the bottom yet, we're really, really close. And I think this is the time. If you're really interested and serious about getting into Flesh and Blood and you need the cards, I mean, there is very little value in waiting any longer. You know, is there going to be another 5% downturn? Maybe, but are you really going to wait and take that chance for 5% better price on cards when the upward possibility or the upward value is so great? No, you shouldn't. So yeah, that's my opinion. That's my 2 cents with what's going on right now in the market for Flesh and Blood. And we've seen it happen also in other TCGs, by the way, but I wanted to concentrate on Flesh and Blood. That's how I think. Let me know what your opinion is, basically in the comments below, and we can further this discussion another time. Until our next video, you guys, take care, and again, Happy New Year. And we'll see you pretty soon. Bye-bye for now.